Hi, I'm Damon Bohls. I work at National Instruments as a senior software engineer. Today I want to show you some new features in VirtualBench 16.0. We have a new feature called SmartCapture. You'll see that there's a button up here at the top in the application bar. And what SmartCapture allows you to do is the application will analyze the data that we're collecting with this iLinks board, the FPGA, and it will look at the signal and take measurements on it and determine when it becomes stable. So this feature is geared towards maybe techs who want to characterize a board. They want to take maybe 30 screenshots or export data, and they don't want to have to keep moving the probe back and forth. They want to take measurements, put the probes, and then they don't want to have to go to the application and keep telling it to capture, then go back, change their probes, capture. They can just move their probes around with this feature because the application will automatically determine when they have moved to a new stable signal. So let me show you how this works over here. So when you click on the button, you've got a UI that pops up. We can pop it out. And you've got a couple actions. You can tell it if you want it to export a screenshot or export data, stop the scope. You've got a couple of sensitivity settings, so you can tell it if you want it to capture when there's more or less noise. There's also this required stable time, and the purpose of that is that when a stable signal appears on the scope, it has to remain stable for a certain amount of time before we actually consider it stable and trigger the action that the user specified. So you can also do things like specify the output folder, a file prefix, and there's also a file index that is auto-incremented for you as it captures or triggers. Let me go ahead and I'm going to simulate the user moving the probes around the board by turning on and off the power supply. So when I turn off the power supply, you've got no signals, so this simulates the situation where they don't have their probes on the board at all. I'm going to enable SmartCapture, and what you'll notice up here is that now we have status. It tells you that SmartCapture is waiting for a trigger because there's no signal triggering right now on the scope. So I'll go ahead and turn on the power supply, and we'll get a stable signal, and SmartCapture tells you up here. It says capture complete, and it tells you the file name. So let's say the user takes the probes off, moves to a different spot on the board, puts the probes back on, and we capture again. And so the user can, tech can do this and characterize all 30, 40 signals or however many they have, and that way it saves them time because they don't have to keep going back and forth. And I want to show you one last thing here. We have you can view your captures. They're just put here in a folder, and you can look at them with Windows Explorer. And so that's it. SmartCapture will allow you to easily capture or characterize a board and capture multiple signals without having to go back and forth between the application and your probes.
Okay, thanks.